it's going to be interesting to see the kind of looks I get. Because, you know, around here, you know, like I said, I usually go out with my hair natural. And I get looks. But the attention is just different than when my hair was straight. And I guess I'm never going to get that again, which, you know, in hindsight, I'm probably, I know I'm not missing much, because it's not like I was just that happy then. You know what I'm saying? So maybe who and what I'm attracting in a weird way has everything to do with how my hair looks. Most of that attention I was getting, I didn't ever really appreciate, because it was very anti-feminist. It was very just kind of raw, and, you know, body comments like you know me. So that part I definitely don't miss. And unfortunately, you know, most of these dudes out here, when they don't see that image coming down the street, they really don't know what to do with you. I mean, I know I do the same thing with men, because I'm sure around here, just like probably where most of you are, black men have developed this standard of dress, and some women, but especially black men, because their fashion, you know, is like this wide. White t-shirt, jeans, baggy jeans, boots, or kicks or boots with some sort of chain around the fucking neck, and that's them dressed up. Am I right? I mean, some of it's a little more video than others, but let's face it, that's the standard of dress. But I could be misjudging somebody simply because they dress like that. Maybe their mindset isn't like that, but because they dress like that, I have to assume you act like that, because so I guess there's something to be said for your own personal presentation. You know, I know a lot of us, we don't like to admit that looks mean something. Looks are everything. I mean, whether we think we are so blind and can just kind of separate the two, the fact of the matter is, when you first see somebody, you get an initial, you know, kind of baseline list of characteristics of who that person is. I don't think you can help it. If you see a girl walking down the sidewalk with her ass cheeks hanging out, I mean, she could have just made a bad fashion choice, but your first instinct is gonna say, you know what I'm saying? And just like the other night, these guys were just like, hey sis, and then 2 seconds later, they saw these 3 girls walking in the opposite direction of me. You know, had the typical straight hair, and they were like, yo mommy, so what's up? I mean, they went straight into hood mode. And I just kind of was like, wow, really? I mean, they completely treated me totally different. We were dressed similarly. I mean, I was more down casual. They were kind of more like going out, but still, it's not like I was in a business suit. Okay, children do this. Once they get to know you and they see you, they know how far they can push that person. But then when they're in the presence of somebody different, then all of a sudden, we know how to behave, right? It's the same thing with these guys, because I see it every day. They're fine by me. I mean, it's almost like they know their mindset isn't where my perceived mindset is, which by the way is, I'm kind of glad, because that's exactly what I'm hoping to be, what I'm hoping I'm exuding, is that I don't want to be fucked with anymore. That I do need to be taken seriously, or you need to leave me alone, because I'm just too tired to I don't even want to play with it anymore. And that's exactly what I'm getting. And then when I see 2 seconds later that the typical, you know, typically dressed black woman and typical image that she's presenting, especially with her hair, they treat that woman the way we hate to be treated. I mean, call it shallow, call it whatever. It is what it is. I think things are changing. I'm seeing so many more natural girls in the street now. I don't know if that's because it's kind of like, you know, when you buy a car and all of a sudden you see your car all over the place, you know, that you never noticed before. It might be that kind of syndrome, but I don't know if it feels good, because not only that, but we're noticing each other, and there's not that. It's like, you know, we're giving each other a little, you know, you know, in the eye, and it feels good. I don't know. I think we've become kind of cookie cutter in our images towards each other, and when we all start to look alike, we have a hard time finding like-mindedness in each other. Just like the guys walking around with the sagging and the long white t-shirt style. It's hard to find the... My ghost is back. Did you see that? Wow. I mean, what else am I supposed to think? I mean, I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy, but you saw that, right?
It's hard to find it.
I actually had a friend, a girlfriend of mine, tell me, a male friend of hers, that we've, you know, talked just socially, you know, when I'm around her, I've met him, but he told her privately, you know, while I wasn't there, like, you know, what's up with your girl, you know, I think she's really pretty, and you know, I love the hair and everything, but she just looks like, you know, you can't fuck with her, like she's not gonna take any shit. And that's a bad thing. But I gotta say, you know what? Keeps those riffraff guys away. So if any of you women out there, girls, you know, want to attract a different kind of guy, you may want to consider it. Now, I had this one fool come up to me. You know, he was young. Talking about, hey Afro, hey Afro. And I thought, oh God, here we go. So he goes, proceeds talking about, whoa, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, let me just stop you right there. I am not interested in young men. Why, how old are you? I said, look, I'm years old. I'm not interested in young men. Well, hold on. I said, did you hear me? I'm not interested in young men. Thank you, but I'm not interested in young men. No, hold up. I said, ha, back the fuck up. And then he was just kind of like, oh. I was like, oh, see, okay, look. Let me breathe. Are we going back to the caveman days? Like, pretty soon we're just gonna be walking down the street and we're gonna wake up in some strange dude's house talking about, yeah, I saw you walking down the street, so you mine now. Like, so what, you was gonna bum rush me into talking to you? I'm gonna start carrying a bat, y'all. Yeah, yeah.